I'm Joe Prendergast, better known as Nick's cousin.
So Joe invited me down to do some turkey hunting. So this was a turkey hunt with my cousin Joe. It doesn't get any better than that.
Most of the time when we turkey hunt here, we do get up in the morning, listen to the birds coming off roost, and try to track down where they might be. Nick was pretty exhausted when he arrived. He was looking for the opportunity to sleep in.
There wasn't any chance I was going to get up early in the morning.
We also have a pretty good idea of where they go during the afternoon, and so Abel knew how to do a good afternoon hunt as well.
They're tired. They don't want to get up Saturday morning and go turkey hunting. Oh well, did all that work. You know, I did my prep work. I scouted probably 3 days prior to them coming every day, and had a real good idea of where the turkeys were and what their feeding habits were. Turkey's not as vocal in the afternoon. You gotta kind of know where they're going and be there. And we headed to the blind around 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. I had my full strutter, Jeffrey, what I call him. Corny name, but that's what I named him, Jeffrey. But I had to get Jeffrey out, had to get my other decoy out, call her Jenny, and get everything else out and get set up.
Abel had done a good deal of scouting on that hunt. He knew where the gobblers and hens were hanging out. He knew they were active, and he had set the blind up in a way that even Nick wasn't going to be able to miss that turkey.
Oh, is that Joe was saying that?
So at 4:30, 4:35, we got going. I didn't make my first call until 4:45 or so. I just wanted to lay down a little bit, calm down from that little bit of traffic. All of a sudden, I hear a hen putting, and she was right on top of us. Two old guys, both have hearing aids, glasses. I doubt they saw it or heard it until it come out into the field. I was poking fun at y'all. I'm gonna be old one day too. And then after that, it was just like somebody let the gates open. And I was hoping that Joe and Nick were awake. I was hoping they were. I don't think they would both been asleep. There was like 6, 7 hens, and just putting on a show. If you already got them where you want them, you don't want to overcall. Because there's your live decoy right there, and there's your live caller. They can do it a lot better than me and you can.
When they first came into the field, I had to wake Nick up.
I wouldn't deny that.
He was snoring, and I was afraid it was going to scare those birds off, but he came to.
I didn't hear him snoring, but he could have been.
Once in a while, you got to catch up.
I looked across the field, and I could see a red head. I'm like, yeah, all right, we got some gobblers coming.
But finally, that turkey went into such a full strut that it was even impossible even for Nick not to see that turkey.
They looked across the field and they could see Jeffrey strutting, so they went to strut. I didn't want to sit there all afternoon and wait for him to come, so I yelped at him, pluck, purr, try to make it sound like a pretty hen over there that was getting violated by an outside gobbler. And they don't like that. When they come out of strut, stuck their head up and looked over, I knew they were going to come in because they were interested now. So here they come.
They seem so slow. It's probably a shorter time span than you think because the adrenaline's running through your body.
So I had to tackle Nick, make sure he stayed in the blind. I had to stop him from hyperventilating, all the things that you have to do when you hunt with Nick.
Every hunt is challenging. You have to have patience. You have to be dead quiet, which for a guy like me who likes to talk is hard to do.
And they both come in, and they come right up to the decoy. I'm thinking, Nick didn't shoot as soon as they come up there to it.
The sign of a really good hunter is someone who just has the patience to know when to shoot and when not to shoot.
And they started turning around and walk out. What in the world? Why didn't they shoot those birds? And I seen the gun barrel come out of the blind then. Take the fire one on the right. And whenever that bird was walking away, bam! And the other gobbler, he flew off and went to the woods. So I started cutting and cackling, and I had a gobble call. So I started gobbling. that turkey, he come right out of them woods and he come right to him. I was like, awesome, we're about to kill two big birds. And he come across and no shot. Oh well, I would have shot the other one. If my buddy would have shot one too, I'd have wanted to one up him.
I sure as hell hope that deer neck kicked off.
Nice Georgia bird. Abel, I think he's bigger than yours.
I think so.
I think he's bigger than yours. There you go. Nice bird. Thanks, Abel.
Is that your first Georgia bird?
It's my first bird. I've never shot one before.
Really?
Yeah, never tried.
You kidding me?
No.
It's your first turkey?
Yeah.
Poor guy, you can shake your hand again.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
job. That's neat.
Look at that. The colors and the feathers are absolutely gorgeous.
Look at the spurs.
Yeah, look at the spurs. I know they're sharp.
He went to grab that turkey after he shot it. It spurred him real good. That's where all that blood is. I guess he had to learn on his first turkey too. I did the same thing on my first turkey. Just not thinking, but those spurs are sharp.
The turkey that Nick shot was the first turkey that he had ever killed. And he went around telling everybody how excited he was and all. What he didn't tell them is that he had shot at about 35 others.
Absolute nonsense. This never happened.
Nick would have to believe it was the first turkey hunt he ever went on.
Joe is, he comes across as being a very credible person, but, we all have a little bull in us.
It was a good hunt. I'm glad Mr. Joe and Mr. Nick got to do it together. Because they live so far apart, they don't get to see each other as much as they used to back in their childhood. And I know they're really great friends. Smile.
That's great picture. You look better in the bird, but just by a little bit.
Thanks, Joe.
It's a hunt that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. I'll tell you, because I will.